This is Global Current News, bringing you a major breaking story out of Washington, D.C., one that could finally pull back the curtain on one of America's darkest mysteries. The long battle to force Congress to release the Jeffrey Epstein files has just reached a shocking turning point. Right, Maya?
That's right, Jordan. Just hours ago, newly sworn-in Representative Adelita Grijalva of Arizona took the oath of office, and her very first act in Congress was to sign the discharge petition that officially pushed the total to 218 signatures. That number is historic because it's the exact threshold needed to force a House vote, whether leadership likes it or not.
Exactly, Maya. And for weeks, the Epstein files petition had been stuck at 217. Some lawmakers accused House leadership of intentionally delaying Grijalva's swearing in just to prevent this moment. But tonight, that strategy backfired, and the push to reveal Epstein's long-hidden documents has been reignited in full force.
The petition, led by Republican Thomas Massie of Kentucky and Democrat Ro Khanna of California, has gained rare bipartisan traction. Only 4 Republicans had signed before today, but Grijalva's signature tipped the scale. Now, for the first time in decades, a discharge petition is being used to bypass leadership and compel an up or down vote on a matter involving national scandal and accountability.
The bill at the center of all this would direct the Department of Justice to publicly release every unclassified document linked to Epstein's operations. We're talking flight logs, financial transactions, internal communications, witness interviews, and even detention reports. Lawmakers say the public deserves to know exactly who was involved, what the government knew, and why parts of this case have remained sealed for so long.
But that transparency push isn't sitting well with everyone. Speaker Mike Johnson has cautioned against what he calls reckless disclosure, suggesting some materials could compromise ongoing investigations or reveal sensitive intelligence. The White House, meanwhile, insists that many Epstein-related files are already public, but millions of Americans simply don't buy it.
Political tension exploded earlier this week as activists and victims advocacy groups accused congressional leaders of dragging their feet. Outside the Capitol, demonstrators chanted, "218 now," and carried posters demanding justice for Epstein's victims. Their message was clear: no more secrecy, no more excuses.
And the timing couldn't be more dramatic. Because the petition hit 218 signatures today, House rules require a 7 legislative day waiting period before the measure can be brought to the floor. That means a full vote could take place right after the Thanksgiving recess, early December, setting up a fiery political showdown just as Congress heads into the holiday season.
If the measure passes, the ball then moves to the Senate and ultimately to the president's desk. But even before that happens, this fight is already reshaping the conversation about transparency, power, and privilege in America. Epstein's case has long been a symbol of how influence can shield the powerful, and many believe this vote could finally change that.
Critics of the process say this is more about politics than truth, that both parties are using Epstein's name to score points ahead of election season. But survivors of Epstein's crimes say this isn't about politics at all. It's about closure, justice, and knowing who enabled years of abuse.
And that's exactly why today's development has the nation's attention. According to recent polls, more than 80% of Americans, regardless of political affiliation, want the Epstein files released in full. They're demanding answers, and for once, both Democrats and Republicans are under pressure to deliver.
Already, online reaction is exploding. Hashtags like Epstein files and 218 signatures are trending across X, TikTok, and YouTube. Journalists, influencers, and even former officials are weighing in, calling this a historic moment for transparency.
So here's what happens next. Congress must wait the mandatory 7-day period before the measure can be introduced for a vote. Insiders tell Global Current News that the debate could hit the House floor by the first week of December. If passed, It will mark one of the rare times in modern history that a discharge petition has overruled congressional leadership.
And no matter the outcome, this moment has already sent shockwaves through Washington. With one signature, the 218th, Congress has been forced into action. Now, the question isn't if the Epstein files will make headlines again. It's when they'll finally see the light of day.
And make no mistake, when those files come out, the revelations could be explosive. We could see names, transactions, and connections that span across business, politics, and entertainment. This isn't just a political story, it's a global one.
You're watching Global Current News, your trusted source for global headlines and political truth. The countdown to the vote begins now. 7 days, 218 signatures, and a nation demanding transparency. Will Congress follow through, or will new roadblocks appear?
We'll be tracking every update, every statement, and every reaction right here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed as this story unfolds in real time.
For Global Current News, I'm Alex Reed, with Jordan Taylor and Maya Lopez. Stay tuned, stay alert, and remember, the truth doesn't stay buried forever.